Mike Durant. I'm excited about this.
Glad to be here.
Me too. I'm glad you're here. And your name's been percolating throughout the studio here for a long time, so it's really cool to have you here. But so before we get into the actual interview, we like to do a segment with special guests. We call it the EDC Pocket Dump, Everyday Carry Pocket Dump. And so what me and my audience are always curious about is what were guys carrying, back in the day. And so what was your loadout as a TF-160 pilot in Somalia?
Okay, that's easy for me to remember. One thing about the unit is when we're on a real world op, we kind of know we're going to go punch somebody in the face, and there's probably going to be some repercussion of that, right? I mean, assault missions, direct action, we're basically going to be in the shit. So let's start with the aircraft. I mean, the aircraft were modified long before, traditional Army helicopter at the time would have had M60s on it, right? We upgraded to miniguns. So now you got a minigun on each side, capable of firing 2,000 rounds a minute on low rate, 4,000 on high rate. And to put that in perspective, I know people have probably seen videos online, and where you really see the volume of fires when it's firing tracers. But what people need to understand is that's probably a 14-to-1 tracer mix. So you're only seeing every 15th round. It just gives you, it is a stream of lead. It's a 6-barrel Gatling gun, and we fired the crap out of them. They're still using them.
Were you there for the upgrade?
I was not. It happened just before I got there. And I don't know whose idea it was. It said, "Hey, look,
pretty fucking good idea."
Yes, it absolutely was. Those things scream. And we modified our Black Hawks to become attack helicopters and put them in a fixed forward mode along with rockets, 30 millimeter Hellfires, everything else. So I fired literally hundreds of thousands of rounds with those guns. And they're very reliable and lethal. If you're not going to hang around very long when somebody's shooting a minigun at you, I can tell you that.
No, you're not going to be around very long if somebody's shooting a minigun at you.
No, so great upgrade. On the personal side, we carried MP5s, 9mm submachine gun. And again, this came out of, CQB, probably of some of our customers, this is the weapon of choice if you're in this kind of a situation. So instead of what, a regular Army pilot might have had on board the aircraft, certainly not in the cockpit, which would have been an M16 at the time, maybe, we carried the MP5s. Collapsible stock, 30-round magazine, and we shot them a lot. So, yeah. We were fairly proficient with it. To be honest with you, I don't think it was the right weapon for us. I think something with a little more reach to it is probably more what you need, because once you're on the ground, it's not CQB. You're probably in a battle with some distance between you and the adversary. That's how you'd like to keep it, right? You don't want to let them get in close. So to me, you need something that shoots a little further. And I don't know for sure what they're carrying now. Maybe M4s. I'm not 100% sure. But anyway,
can I stop you right there?
Yeah.
I actually got a little something for you.
Okay.
Since you're talking long range,
oh jeez,
want to reach out and touch somebody. My goodness. Since you were talking about long range and wanting to reach out and touch somebody, this is. Do you know what this is?
It's cool.
It is cool. This is the Sig Sauer MCX Spear in 6.8. So this is going to replace. I think it's going to replace all the 5.56 and 308, or 5.56, 7.62, and this is the new squad rifle with a suppressor.
Unbelievable.
So, anyways, I got some buddies over at SIG. One in particular, his name's Jason, and I told him you were coming on here, and he got all excited.
Now,
so he asked me to present you with one of these, and so it's got the suppressor up top. And like I said, this is like the latest and greatest new. This is like the new rage in the military. This is the new AR M4 type setup. And
Well, this is incredible. Thank you so much. I mean, if I'm correct, SIG is in New Hampshire, right?
SIG is in New Hampshire,
I'm a New
your home
Hampshire
state.
boy. There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely amazing. I'm shocked. Does this mean I don't get gummies?
I'll get you some gummies. I'll get you some gummies too.
Wow.
But
Perfect timing on that. Thank you.
you're welcome. You're welcome.
I'm stunned, actually, but I appreciate it very much.
We'll break it in later.
Sounds good to me.
So MP5, that's
Yep.
where we're at.
Yeah. And then we carried the standard M9, 9mm pistol. Also, the basic stuff like a survival knife. Now, we wore a survival vest because, again, you never know. Are you going to get shot down behind enemy lines, wherever? So you got a first aid kit, a whistle, signaling device, probably some water, maybe a little bit of chow. When we were in Desert Storm, we actually carried headgear, which was ridiculous because, I mean, with just the headgear on going across the desert, we're not going to fool anyone into thinking that we're locals with a flight suit on, but we did carry them. It made us feel a little bit better, I guess, that if we get shot down in Western Iraq, we're going to be able to get to Syria, which is where we were supposed to go. Basically that's it. The survival vest has D-rings on it and a harness so that if you need to do like some sort of a rope extraction, you can snap link in, caving ladder, whatever. But that was basically it. I don't think there's anything that I'm not thinking about there.
Is there anything that, when your Black Hawk went down, other than the long gun, is there any piece of kit that you wish you would have had that you did not have on you?
For sure. The miniguns are electrically driven. I don't know if you remember, but Arnold carries a minigun in Predator in the Central America during that original movie. I probably did in every movie. Well, that ain't going to happen because it's an electrically driven gun, right? Looks cool, but can't happen. And for us, the power is coming from the aircraft. Well, when the aircraft is shut down, the power is shut down. So we had 6,000 rounds of 7.62 that we couldn't shoot.
Shit.
I used to say we had 6,000 rocks, and there's nothing we could do. Now, I know there was an initiative later to put batteries on the guns. Battery technology's improved tremendously in the last 30 years. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you today whether or not there's batteries on those guns, but there wasn't at the time. And I said, I always said if there was one thing that I would have changed, it's to have the ability to shoot those weapons because, we could have held the Somalis off forever with, operational miniguns. Otherwise, no, I think, considering the gravity of that situation, it was probably, there's not much else that would have made a difference.
Gotcha. Well, Mike, I appreciate it. And I'm excited to get into the big one now. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Thank you. No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.